Surah Al-Kahf is a story about some youth, and these youth lived in ancient times, and they were believers. They fled their king, and then they were seeking refuge in a cave. They slept for 300 years and add 9 more. They slept for 309 years. Now, an atheist wrote or contacted Abd al-Daim al-Kahil, this Syrian intellectual, very knowledgeable, and brings out, he does a great job in dawah, to be honest with you. My dad sends me his stuff all the time. That's how I discovered him. So he reaches a lot of people. And he said, are you serious? You believe, you're an engineer. You believe that someone lives for 309 years and sleeps for 309 years. So he went in and he then decided to look into the story of the people of the cave. And he said, I looked in knowing for sure that we will come upon something that is i'jaz. It stops people from this, from what they're saying, the falsehood that they're saying. Keep in mind, our aqeedah and our belief is not based upon these things. You believe in the truth because of a lot of other things. But those things, when you discover some miracle in nature or some very unique thing in nature, it increases your iman. And that's what it is for us, this numerical observations, let's call them that, numerical observations in the Qur'an, that if they don't really strengthen you and sort of make you say, subhanAllah, this is the word of Allah, this is not the word, no human being could have authored this, then something's wrong with you. Okay? I hate to put it that way, but that's how it is. Well, when he studied this, he discovered something, that the word that they remained, which is the issue at hand, how could you remain for 309 years, is labithu. And that word labithu comes in this passage 6 times. And he noticed that this word is not used like this in any other surah. It's used, the root, and it has different derivations, is in the Qur'an, not that many times, but it's in the Qur'an. But none of them in one word repeated all over. So he took from this and he said, there has to be something about this. Like that word, it's going to revolve around that. So he closed off the passage from the first mention of the word labithu to the last mention of the word labithu. Again, labithu means to remain, which is the issue at hand. How could you remain sleeping for 309 years? And remember, he's interested in the numeric observations of the Quran. So he counted from one to the other and found the number of words is exactly 309 words. There are 309 words in the passage that describes their staying in the cave. That's what he came out with, and he immediately contacted back this person. And that actually sparked the person leaving his atheism. He's an Arab from Muslim background, so he came back actually to the truth just from this. So you can't tell me that has no use. Now, when you count these words, the waw is a harf, but it is a word. Whereas all the other huruf, particles like fa, ba, li, they're all connected to the word. So they're treated as part of the word. But the waw is not treated as part of the word. It's separate. Okay? So when you count them, that's how it is. Another thing people need to know is that lawla is one word in the Arabic language. The word lawla is a one word, even though it consists of 2 different words, but it's a compound word, right? Every language has compound words, right? Here's the thing. People say, well, the Prophet never spoke about the numerical miracles in the Quran. That's actually a proof that he is not the author of it. Because if you were the author of all sorts of neat riddles and gems in the book, wouldn't you give a hint, right? You wouldn't want to die and people not knowing that this is there. You would give a hint. Now, there's another thing that is totally amazing here. I love this part. It's a little extra. When you get to the end of this, so it says they stayed in their cave for 300 years. ثلاثمائة سنين is the 299th and the 300 word. And then the ayah says, وَازْدَادُوا تِسْعَةً, and then add 9 more. Right? And they had 9 more. قُلِ اللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا لَبِثُوا. That's 9 words. So literally, the word 300 is the 300th word.